Hey everyone on YouTube, my name is Monroe. We're here with Susan and Ruben. Ruben's in Belgium, Susan in the Massachusetts area, somewhere near Boston, and I'm in New York, near New York City. Welcome to Break Diving's friendly pencil event. Basically, we just get together here on Zoom. We find a cool YouTube drawing tutorial and we do it together. So you can follow along with us, or next time you can actually join us at breakdiving.io. You can find out more about us in the description below, and you can join these events with us, and we would love to have you. So today we're going to be doing a hand, and the tutorial we found here is by Drawing and Painting Virtual Instructor, how to draw a realistic hand. So you can see that's what we're going to be drawing today. So let's get started. Everyone's got their pencil and paper. We were looking at that earlier. Ruben's got a high-tech drawing kit. We'll see if that puts him at an advantage. And so anyway, as this goes, we go ahead and play a little bit, and then we do a little bit of the drawing. We wait till everybody's caught up. And then when everyone says they're good, we continue. Anyone can say stop at any time if you feel like it's going too fast. And let's give it a try. Okay, that's going to be really hard to draw that animation with a pencil. Okay, there we go.
Let's take a look at how to draw a realistic hand using a three-step approach. Here are the steps. First, we're going to draw the basic shapes. Then we're going to draw the contours or the outlines. And then lastly, we're going to add the value, which is also referred to as shading. I'm going to use two pencils for this demonstration. The first is an HB pencil. The first thing we need to do is look at the basic shapes. The first shape is a square shape that happens on the back of the hand. We'll draw this shape very loosely using the HB pencil. I'm working on Bristol paper for this demonstration, which provides a nice smooth surface for drawing, but you're welcome to use any surface that you like. The next shape will...
All right, so let's stop and we'll do that first shape here. I also want to check to see if, is Tommy coming? I don't know if she's joining us. Anyway, okay, so go back to the screen. And we need to draw that first square, sort of square, trapezoid maybe? I don't know. I guess if you're done, you can go ahead and create that second triangle that's already on there, which is the next step. Okay, I've got my hand. It's done.
Oh, mine's not done yet.
No, I'm just kidding. I just have a square and a triangle. But that's looking good, Ruben. Very, very nice.
Right.
All right. 1 minute in, 13 minutes to go, and we've got a hand.
look for is a triangle.
Oh, Tommy's here. Hold on. Let me welcome her. And so while we're just waiting for her, do you guys have any questions so far? Are you guys good?
No, I'm good.
We're good.
All right. We'll wait 10 more seconds until see if Tommy joins us, and then we'll just keep on going. What do you think? What do you think the next shape is? Is it going to be the wrist, or is it going to be the thumb, or one of the fingers? I say thumb. What do you think?
Hang on.
I guess the fingers, but we'll see.
Okay, so fingers.
Yeah, looks like a triangle.
All right, let's see what's next.
Triangular shape that happens just to the right of the square in this case. Again, we'll draw this shape very loosely using the HB pencil. Now we'll look for more shapes. And in the case of the fingers, these are simply cylinders. Now, this is the trickiest part of figuring out the shapes, but they're relatively easy to draw. I'll start with the forefinger. Again, for each segment of the finger, we're just going to draw a cylinder. Since the finger points away from the viewer a bit, that cylinder will be hidden just a bit, or rather, the next two cylinders after the first are slightly hidden. Then we'll move on to the middle finger. Only two of the cylinders are visible with the middle finger.
Let me see if I can get his hand out of the way. There. Is that, this is a little bit challenging. It was pretty
This
quick.
is challenging. I mean, mine's looking horrible already. I don't know about yours. No matter what I do and what I erase, this isn't working out, but.
We need to hear, we're at 155. Let's just see what it's supposed to look like again. So
There we
we
go.
can, there, so that's what it'll will ultimately look like. So,
Hmm.
where is that? Oh, there, that's, oh, actually, that's good. We can try to mimic those.
It's kind of vague though.
Say it again.
It's kind of vague.
Fake or faded?
Vague.
Vague, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's good. That it doesn't, whatever you end up drawing is correct.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So whatever you end up doing, Ruben and Susan, that is correct. And we look forward to that. It's also hard to see a little bit because it is so lightly drawn
Yes, it is.
that he's done, but we'll do our best. Last time we did a manga character. That was, I think, a little bit easier.
It was.
And I think because it is less realistic. So maybe you didn't have, and it was also more straight lines. I think here there's a lot of important curves.
Yeah. Yeah, the straight lines is what really made that so much easier, that other one.
We're getting there. Yeah, mine's kind of weird too, but we're doing our best.
Okay.
Mine is looking horrible.
I hope you're not going to show these to anyone, Monroe.
I'm sure they're going to be better than we think.
You think that you think like it's in the end, it's going to look good? Yeah.
I think so. I think so. And if not, honestly, there's nothing to be ashamed of. It's a friendly pencil, right?
I know. I know.
We're just having fun. Maybe what happens is somebody sees yours, Susan, and says, that's exactly the type of hand we're looking for.
Oh, good point. That could happen.
You never know.
Right.
Who wants a normal looking hand? Okay, mine are completely tubby. I have tubby fingers.
Yes. Notice that too.
I'm trying to erase mine. I gotta be a little less tubby.
Well, it's good for a good laugh. I mean, this is pretty funny, but we got a long way to go. So, you know.
Yeah, we've still got a good 12 minutes.
There you go. All
So,
right.
how are you doing, Ruben?
I'm pretty good.
Oh, Mr. Confidence. Mr.
Yeah.
Confidence.
There she
Good.
is.
All right. Well, she's almost here. I don't know. She's connecting to audio.
Hello.
Hey, Tommy. If you can hear me, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. So we're just getting started here with this part here, and I'm just going to go back very briefly that we're on 205. What he did is made these two. The first part was this square right here,
Okay.
which is not really a square. It's a oblong, like a trapezoid thing. And then they made another not trapezoid. I don't even know what my geometrical shapes are. What is that called? A rhombus? What is it when it's
Yeah,
not a
kind of.
square?
It's a parallelogram or something.
It's like a
But there's nothing
trapezium.
parallel. There's nothing parallel in there. So it can't be a
It's like a
parallelogram.
trapezium.
Anyway,
Yeah.
it's sort of a square looking thing. Then you'll do this triangle
Steps
afterwards.
you like
Whoop,
of figuring out the
there you go. Then you do this triangle here. And then what we're working on here are these finger shapes right now. And that's where we ended off. So
draw the cylinders for the thumb. Notice that it comes out of the bottom of the triangle that we drew. There's only 2 cylinders for the thumb. We can make some alterations to the cylinders so they look more finger-like.
okay, so we'll have to do our thumb now. His looks like a thumb. This guy, he must be doing it a while. Have you done a lot of drawing yourself, Ruben, before? Are you consider yourself an artist?
Well, not really. I've drawn some things, but not much.
Gotcha. Okay, I kind of finished this, but it looks still looks good.
So the little finger isn't showing at all, correct?
No, I think it's sort of like there, like you can't see my little finger.
Right, okay, thank you.
All right, so is anyone still working?
No, I'm good.
All right, all
I
right.
think we lost Tommy again, unfortunately, by connection.
We'll draw a couple of lines for the wrist, and these simply come out from the bottom of the square.
All right, so we'll have to do the wrist now. Okay. We can erase some of those lines, I guess.
Oh, by the way, Monroe,
Yes. What's going on?
no, just because I have good pencils doesn't mean I'm a good drawer. So
It's hey, if you do a great drawing, hats off to you. If you
Right.
don't do a great drawing, hats off to you.
Yep,
I think we're all just doing our best. My pinky looks a little funny. I think we'll see. We'll have a good laugh when we look at everybody's hands.
this is what mine looks
We'll
like.
gently erase some of the extra lines that we don't need anymore using a vinyl eraser.
I need my lines. Everything's going away.
Now we'll switch pencils, and I'm using a pencil that's about equivalent to a 4B pencil. We'll use this pencil for the rest of the drawing. We're going to start to define the contour lines now. Contour lines are basically outlines. A lot of times if you start your drawing by just drawing the
So I guess we can work on the thumb area right now.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, cool. As soon as I added the fingernail for the thumb, it started to look like a thumb. Very exciting.
Yes.
That part was cool.
I agree.
Nice, nice.
Oh,
Somebody's pencils are making a lot of noise.
yeah,
I think it's Ruben.
I do too.
Ruben, the noisier the pencil does not the better artist you make.
I don't know.
Or
We'll
something.
see.
I love how he's whispering all the time, but his pencils are screaming.
Yes.
His
Interesting.
pencils are making lots of. I don't know what's going on with the wrist part here. Like, I feel like the.
Yeah, look at this. Look at this.
That looks great.
Oh,
job.
better than mine, that's for sure.
This one's mine so far, and the part of it, the top part of the hand looks like it's really fat. It's like he's got like a fat wrist or something,
That's
doesn't it?
what keeps happening with mine.
He's got a fat wrist. Hold on, I'm just gonna try to fix the fat wrist real quick. 1 sec, and then we'll go on. Oh, I think I fixed my fat wrist a bit. It's a little bit better.
I gotta fix mine too.
All right, so everybody take a moment to fix your fat wrists.
That's it. Yep.
All right, those of you watching on YouTube, you can also take a moment to fix your fat wrists.
Just by doing this.
Yes, that's it. You can either draw a skinnier wrist or you can exercise your wrist in real life and it will soon lose weight.
Now it's too skinny. Whoops. Oh.
Let's everyone take a break from our fat wrists and keep going, so maybe we'll improve as we go.
the contour lines, you get distortion or inaccurate shapes when you're trying to draw something. If you start with shapes and then start to add the contour lines, you're more likely to be successful with your overall shape. At this point in the drawing, I don't have to worry about the shape. Instead, I can focus on the lines that exist. I'm going to vary the amount of pressure that I place on the pencil so that some of the lines are slightly thicker than some of the other lines. I want the lines to be thicker in areas of shadow and thinner in areas of highlight. So now that we've got our contour lines in place, let's talk.
Whoa. I think he skipped some steps. Let's go back to when I think. Okay, so yeah, he was
Pause there.
trying. Oh, I see. There's a ring on this guy's hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Tommy, welcome back.
Yeah, sorry, my network, sorry.
No problem.
Yeah.
You just have less time to fix your fat wrists than we do. We had a lot of extra time to work on making our wrists look proportional to our fingers.
Mhm.
Maybe we don't have fat wrists. Maybe we have skinny fingers. That could be it.
Could be.
Could be it. All right, we'll keep going a little bit.
Okay.
Areas of highlight. So now that we've got our contour lines in place, let's talk a little bit more about those shadows and highlights. First, you want to consider where the light source is coming from. And this is simply where the light is originating. And in this case, it's coming from the upper left-hand corner. This means that we're going to have highlights predominantly on the left side of the hand. Anything that protrudes will receive light. The opposite of that are shadows. On the opposite side of the hand, in this case, the left-hand side of the hand, we're going to have more shadows or darker values. Also, anything that recedes will typically be darker in value or have shadowed areas. Midtones will exist in between these areas of shadow and highlight. Midtones are basically middle values. I'm going to start in an area where I feel comfortable. And as I add the value or develop the shading, I'm going to start with a light application and progressively get darker with my application. Here, again, I'm still using the 4B pencil to do so. Some artists suggest that you use a variety of different graphite pencils, but I've found that if you start with a softer pencil, like say a 4B or a 6B, you can simply adjust the amount of pressure that you put on the pencil.
All right, I'll leave it there so we can finish that finger. Okay, I'm going to go ahead about a minute.
This
to see what
leads
the
to
other shading is.
consistency in the graphite drawing. Here's a closer look at how I'm adding the value to the drawing or the shading. It's a good idea to pay close attention to your photo reference when you're drawing, referring to it for the information regarding the midtones, shadows, and the highlights in the drawing. I'll continue to work my way downward from the finger to the area where the thumb meets the palm. I'm using a circling technique to add the value. This allows me to gradually adjust the pressure and have total control of the value that I'm adding. I'm not going to use any blending tools at all, relying only on the pressure of the pencil to create the gradations of value. You may also notice that I have a paper towel underneath my palm. If you're not careful, your palm can smear the graphite that you've already applied to the surface. Since we obviously don't want this to happen, laying down a piece of paper or a paper towel will prevent the oils from your hand from mixing with the graphite that you've already applied to the surface.
Sounds like it's advanced, like, for people that have been drawing for a while. Because a lot of the terms, are new to me.
Yeah, I this shading stuff would be scary for me, except that, I've been doing that Learn to Draw in 30 Days book.
Oh, aha. Because I don't know what, the shading, I'm all confused. I just kind of, I don't know.
The shading has helped. That course and explaining how the different light sources are help. For now, just follow along and put the shading, the darker parts where he has put them, and it should end up looking reasonably close to what he has. Hi, Ete.
Hey, hello. Nice to meet you all.
Hello.
Likewise,
Nice to meet
likewise.
you.
Welcome aboard, and bring out your paper. You're a little behind because we started, but you can catch up. And this is what we've drawn so far, the hand.
This is amazing.
Well, this hand isn't ours. This is
Yeah, amazing you are doing this. I will bring
It's fine.
yeah, it's fun. I will bring something to draw.
where are you, Ete? What country?
I'm from Israel.
Wonderful.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom and good evening to you, my friend.
Good evening to you too.
Same to
Shalom.
you.
We'll be right back with the paper.
We'll be here.
Great.
All right, so let's go a little bit further.
Now, more about that circling technique. Circling is simply making small, tiny little circles to build up the value. This allows us to create smooth gradations or changes from dark values to light values. Occasionally, I will create horizontal or vertical lines, or perhaps even diagonal lines, but the end result is a consistent application of value. As we approach the wrist, there's a bit of texture evident in the photo reference. This is because there are hairs on that part of the arm. For this reason, it will affect the way that we add the value. We can be a little bit more linear with the marks that we make. There are also a few strong lines that exist in this area. We'll go ahead and add them and then layer the value on top.
Ete, are you back?
Yeah, I'm here trying to catch up. I haven't drawn for 20 years.
The tip that he gave us when we started, can you see my mouse moving?
Yeah, I can.
He said make a sort of like a square, like a rectangle, like this first, then make a triangle here for this, And then for these parts, make small cylinders, 3 cylinders for each visible finger. And then here, like it's just kind of 1.5 for this one, and this one's just half of one.
For the proportions.
Yeah, he said make sure you just do it via linear and cylindrical shapes before you start trying to then smooth out the lines and stuff.
Thank
The
you.
dog's making funny noises. You okay, doggy?
Oh, I hear 'em.
Good, doggy. Tommy, how are you doing?
I'm doing quite well. I'm almost done with
Okay.
the entire hand.
So if while we're waiting for Ete and Tommy to catch up a little bit, keep working on your shading according to the picture.
Best artist, but it's fun.
So where are you in Israel? Are you in Jerusalem or
No, I'm from a place called Dimona. It's a small
Dim-
place in the south of Israel.
so are you near Egypt or the Sinai?
I mean, yeah, yeah. One, there's a lot of desert between Israel to Sinai, so not a lot of places there. Only few people lived in the desert there. But
Got
one of the cities that's the biggest city that it's not big, it's small, but it's the one of the biggest to close to Sinai. Yeah,
And what's the name of your city again?
Dimona.
With a D?
Yeah,
Dimona.
yeah,
Right. Cool.
yeah.
Dimona.
Timon and Pumbaa.
Okay. All right, let's go a little further.
There are subtle areas of value changes that exist on the back of the palm of the hand. We're going to slowly build up the values again in these areas, starting with light applications and progressively get darker. These areas exist up near the knuckles as well. Again, we'll slowly build up the value. It's important not to make any assumptions about what values you feel like you're seeing. Instead, make comparisons with values that you've already applied to the surface and with the area that you're working in at the moment. This will help ensure that you create accurate value. In other words, look at the darker values and compare them to the lighter values. Are your values matching the values that are observed in the photo reference? Work slowly. Take the drawing in small pieces at a time, focusing in only in the area that you're working at that moment. A few cross contour lines are evident in the middle finger here. These are basically subtle wrinkles. I'll add these lines as I view them in the photo reference. It's these relationships in value that is going to lead to the illusion of form that we're after in the drawing of the hand. If you get the value right, you're going to do a couple things. One, you'll create a realistic and representational light source. Secondly, you'll create the illusion of form that's necessary. This applies to any drawing that you do. These cross contour lines are evident on the forefinger as well, so I'll add these subtle lines. As you are adding shading to the drawing, be aware that you'll probably want to create a full range of value. This means you'll have the darkest darks and the lightest lights, as well as all of the values that exist in between.
Mine was looking better before I added my shading. Now it looks like it. Now it
Yeah.
looks like an alien hand, I think.
Yeah, mine looks like an orc hand. It's fun.
You know what it said? It said how to draw a realistic hand. It didn't say realistic human hand.
Huh?
Yeah,
Good point.
So I think if ours look like orcs and aliens and monsters, we did well.
Right, good.
I'll add a bit of detail to the ring here. Since it is a shiny object, there'll be high contrast between the dark values and the light values. I can always make adjustments to the values that I've already put down as comparisons are made throughout the drawing. This is another reason why you don't want to make your values too dark too quickly. It's easier to make a value darker if need be, instead of trying to go back and make changes if you've accidentally made it too dark to begin with. There are subtle changes in value that exist on the back.
I tried to add the tendons, and I think now it looks like it's my hand, like it's a skeleton hand. It's
think I-
difficult.
Oh, gosh.
I should have sharpened my pencil. It's probably everything is blurry with the shadows. This video, it looks sharp and nice.
His pencil's very sharp too.
Yeah,
He makes it look easy, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I think the other thing, guys. I don't think it has anything to do with our pencils or this. That. It's
Yeah.
the fact that we don't know what we're doing.
yeah, that
And
was
he's
an
been doing it for
excuse.
30 years.
Yeah, that was a better
So-
excuse.
Man, we don't have to worry. As I said, it's the friendly pencil. We're not judging. We're just having fun.
Yeah,
Right.
it's fun.
Beautiful.
Back of the hand. We're going to slowly build up these values, just like we have in other areas. We'll put very light pressure on the pencil in these areas. We'll still start in the areas that we feel like are the darkest, like there are a few tendons perhaps in the back of the hand
I'm
that
trying.
are clearly visible.
I'm
So
trying to do
these
some
areas are going to be a
tendons.
little bit darker. As we add the value, we can also think about cross contour lines, which are lines that are not necessarily visible, but they follow the form of the object. If you look closely at the photo reference, you'll be able to notice these lines. So as we add the value,
He keeps talking about a photo reference. Is there something we're missing?
He's looking at a photo, I believe.
Yeah.
Search.
Maybe so. Or maybe we're supposed to click on this video or something, but that's okay. We'll continue.
we can make the lines follow those directions. It makes more sense to add the value in this way, and it will also lead to a greater illusion of form. Since I've got a good amount of value on the surface, I see that I need to make a few areas darker. So I'll go back to the area where the thumb meets the hand, because this is the darkest area in the drawing. I'll go back and address the area that's near the wrist. Again, this area needs to be darker as well, so I can push the value a bit further. You can always make an area appear lighter in value by placing darker.
As long as I'm adding shadows, it's looking worse and worse.
Yep. Um,
No problem. It's going to be fun to see everybody's hands
It
when we're
is,
done.
it really is.
And you can't hold up your actual hand and try to pretend that that's your drawing.
Don,
Because we're a smart group here, everybody. We're gonna catch on.
what's she, huh?
Values around it. That contrast will naturally make the lighter area appear lighter. So for the areas on the back of the hand that are lighter, we'll simply make some of the areas around it just a slight bit darker. This will help create the illusion that these areas are protruding and receiving light. Continue to work on some of the subtle changes in value that happen on the back of the hand.
They're too subtle, my friend. They're too subtle.
Yeah.
Here again, we'll think about cross contour lines as we add the value.
You know, when I'm watching this, you realize what makes something realistic? It's these shadows. If you can do these shadows and contours well, you can really make something look perfect.
Yeah, like you can actually imagine where the source of light is coming and
Yeah.
Right,
where the shadows are.
yeah. That's the key.
If all else fails, we could just blame it on the pencil that we're using.
Yeah, that's my
That's-
excuse.
That's probably what's going on here for most of us is the
Bad
pencil.
workman blames his
The
tools.
pencil just does not give you enough control. And,
Yeah,
and so we'll be forgiven.
that's the problem.
Otherwise, it would be great.
Maybe it's because we don't have this music
We
playing.
can also go back
in the
and
back,
add some
'cause
of the sub.
Every time we stop it, the music stops. It kind of takes us out of the moment, I think.
Maybe that.
Probably.
It's like when the music's playing, I feel like I'm a super drawer, and then suddenly, like I'm in a movie, draw, and then the soundtrack
Stop.
stop,
Yeah.
and I'm stuck with a malformed hand.
Hmm.
Doesn't look terrible. It's not bad for an attempt.
Better than it was at the
Subtle
beginning.
lines that happen right at the
Yeah.
wrist. We can also make this area darker as it's darker in the photo reference. And just as we've done throughout the drawing, we can make adjustments to the value, making areas darker if the need exists. We'll add a very light value on the side that's closest to the light source on the wrist, and we'll make the area of shadow just a bit darker. This will help make the wrist look like it's actually curved. Then we can add those subtle details, like the individual strands of hair that are visible in the photo reference.
That's what my hand was
We'll
missing.
add these marks with a very light
Yes.
application, making the
This
mark
is the missing
in the
piece.
same manner that the hair would grow out from the skin.
I think if we add the little bit of hairs, it's gonna pop. Your drawing is
Look
gonna
amazing.
my hairs look like
No.
pock marks or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't-
How does
they
he do that?
With the hairs now, it's officially an orc hand.
Now it's an orchid.
Again, then we can make final adjustments to the values, pushing values darker if need be.
Wow, his hand looks really realistic
And
now.
our drawing of a hand is complete.
Okay. If you say so.
I love how you said our drawing of the hand is complete. We are somehow responsible for the hand that he just drew there. That looks really,
Yeah, good.
really gorgeous. All right, so why don't you take another minute and try to finish up as best you can and add whatever other contours you think you need. Those finishing touches to your masterpiece.
That's so many little
Oh,
details.
darn it. Oh, darn, darn.
Ate, do you want to turn on your camera and show us your face in your drawing, or are you
Sure.
going incognito today?
You're right. My bad. Wait a second.
If you like, it's not required. Don't feel pressured.
No, sure.
But we
I
have
won't.
found in most cases, all brake divers are beautiful. Look, see, I knew it. You're a beautiful man.
Thank you. Not as much as you, but thank you very much.
We are all perfect tens.
Yeah.
So
If
let
it
me
gets
turn off
worse,
the screen share. And great to see you, Ate. This is your first event, right?
My first event. So happy to be here.
We're thrilled to have you.
To have you, great.
And I think you're the first from Israel to also be on one of these events too. So
Nice.
you're representing the
Right.
country very well.
Happy to.
And
Oh, we got to see his hand first.
that's right. Let's see.
Yeah,
know
but
what?
remember with my pencil was
my
not sharp.
God.
So
I think the fact that you came in halfway through and were
Wow.
able to do that as quickly as you did, very well done.
Yeah.
thank you.
Amazing, really, that's cool.
Hey Tommy, do you have your camera on? Did you want to show us?
Okay, I'm coming. Let me get to that. Sorry.
This one's fine.
So there's no electricity.
Oh, I see.
Whoa,
It's,
this
again,
looks
it's
great.
not too
Oh,
bad.
that's I would really feel cool.
This shading here, I have no idea how to do. Oh, that, look at you, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Nice.
I like that. I like that. That's
Oh,
looking
the
good.
shading is
I like the
amazing.
shading is very nice on that one.
Really?
See, Tommy. Let's see yours.
Wow.
That's not bad.
Wow, you guys did great.
Very well
Yeah.
done.
Do I have to show mine?
Yeah.
Yes, Susan. Yours is probably
Yeah.
better than all of ours.
Oh, yeah, right. It's kind of small. Can you see it?
I think that's not bad at all.
No. It
Nice.
was looking horrible at the beginning. I was just saying, oh my goodness. So it started to look better. The shading covered all the mess, maybe. I don't know.
I think the most important thing is everyone had 5 fingers and a thumb, and you could tell it was a hand.
Right.
And the proportions, I think all of us had proportions that were not perfect,
Yeah.
but they're
Tough
close enough. And I think if we do 50 more hands, we will actually get very, very good. Ete, what's your background with drawing? You said you haven't drawn in many years.
Yeah, I'm since my childhood, but I wasn't never I didn't knew never to hand draw. This is fun.
It was, yeah, and that's why we ended up doing it, and we had fun the first time. Is this the second or third one, Susan? Second, right?
This was, yes, at least the second that I've been to, yeah.
And everybody likes to draw, even if they don't know how to draw. And I think a lot of people are scared, and or even me. Like I kind of have I love drawing and stuff, but I never find the time to do it as much as I'd like. And you can only get better if you practice. And one better way to practice is when you're forced to do it because you're in a class basically. And but there's no real teaching, which is cool. It's just, hey, let's just have fun, do your best. And
Yeah.
it's very, very, very nice. So when we're done, if you like, you can email me take a picture of your drawing, and we could post it in the community if you like. I think each of yours is good enough to be proud of, and you, of course, you'll get amazing support from everybody in the community. And I'm gonna end up ending the recording right now, but we'll continue the meeting for about another 5 to 10 minutes. So anyway, all of you guys on YouTube watching this, please come and join us. If you're scared about drawing, or you're not confident about doing it on your own, or even if you're brilliant and really good, it's still more fun to do this stuff socially with other people. And so don't be stuck at home drawing by yourself. Come draw with us. We do at least one of these per month. We might be doing 2. Please join us at breakdiving.io, and everybody wave goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.